Hey, CME family, Betwabu, Benabetus, Grand Rising, Great Awakening, Kingdom greetings to all. I come to you with this message, not on no strength of my own, truly. It has been given to me by the divine creator, and I have to walk in obedience in doing that which has been commissioned and asked of me to do. We normally observe the Sabbath and we don't do anything on the Sabbath. So this have to have been very much important for the Most High, for the divine creator to tell me, get up and come and deliver this message. Um, yeah, let me just usher up a word. Most High, divine creator, Tatanen Zambi, Sonini na Nimikuswa Congo Gai. I come before your throne, your presence this morning, this day, seeking your strength, your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding. I'm asking you, Father, divine creator, to enlighten me into this message that you've given to me to give to your people. You've given me the strength and the fortitude to go forward to do that which you've commanded me to do. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. May that which I say be received to the persons that needs to hear this message or that have been questioning the same things also. Go before me and make the crooked path straight. Undergird me with your strength, your power. Let this flesh decrease as you would increase. Let them not hear me, but let them hear you through me. Let your ones and semi speak clearly, your Holy Spirit, your Ruach Kadash. Speak clearly to your people. And we will not forget to give you all the kimbo, all the glory belongs to you, Tatan Zambi. And we say, Ingeta, Ingeta, Ingeta. CME once again, family, Betuabu, Bena Betus. Good to have you, good to see you, good to be here. But at the same time, as I always tell you, I won't come before you unless there's a message that is being given to me by the divine creator. And as you will see, the headlines or the topic or the title is why are we, especially as Bantus, why are we celebrating Passover? Why are we celebrating Passover? When we know that a lot of the things that has been given to us through Christianity has been based on Roman Catholicism. If we're questioning the very exodus that took place or supposedly took place, why are we celebrating Passover? Then what came to me is this: the divine creator never asks for sacrificial for blood. If we know, and I'm just getting to the point because this is how the spirit is moving. If we know that the JC did not die on a cross for us and he was not our sacrificial lamb, and that's what we was predicating the Exodus on this Moses and the children of Israel, the Bantus, exiting out of Egypt and putting blood on their posts and stuff like that. If we understand and know that divine creators never asks for blood sacrifice, if we know these things, why are we still practicing their pagan traditions? And yes, I call it pagan because this is what the Most High has given me. And so I'm giving it to you as he's giving it to me. You know, we want to take back this tradition and that tradition, but who gave us these traditions? Where did these traditions come from? Who handed them down to us? Did we really do a deeper study and research on the origin? Besides the what they quote unquote the Moses Exodus and going to Pharaoh and telling Pharaoh, let my people go. I remember I did a video, if you go back in my history, could it be that the Bantu migration was the Exodus that they give us? You see? And so The Most High is saying, I'm trying to break my people free from all of the practices that was handed down to them by the Roman Empire. But we are still so dogmatic and still strong on a lot of things. We're still bringing with us a lot of the pagan practices. We are still engaging in. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm telling you. I mean, I suffer the attacks or whatever persons will come after me with afterwards, but I'm only giving you what the divine creator give me. I do not come and do no broadcast, no live on the Sabbath. But the Most High woke me up out of my deep sleep and say, go and talk to my people and ask them, why are they celebrating Passover? Why are we still locked into a lot of the pagan traditions? But we still refuse to go deeper into what our ancestors used to do in getting in the presence of the Most High. We're still demonizing a lot of the traditions of our ancestors here on the continent. But we still want to do Passover that was given to us by Rome. I can't I don't have no explanation myself. I know a sister of mine messaged me and asked me if I was observing Passover, and I honestly, I told her I embrace it, but I'm not celebrating it. And so now this morning, when the Most High woke me up and said, why are you celebrating? Why are my people celebrating this Passover? When we know that JC did not die as the sacrificial lamb, when we know that he does not require the shedding of innocent blood to be poured into the land and all this different stuff, why are we still caught up? And I can't blame the followers as much as I could blame leaders, because now we as leaders got to go deeper. We as leaders really got to set ourselves apart and set ourselves in quiet places to hear from the divine. We got to get ourselves from that busyness of being so busy until we're still doing tradition, instead of we seeking the Most High on how to break tradition that was handed down to us by the Roman Empire. By Christianity, we're still bringing a lot of Christian practices into our awakening. We're still bringing a lot of pagan practices into our awakening. We're still not questioning everything. Some things we're still holding on near and dear to us, when we may have to lay them aside. There may be the weights that are easily besetting us and causing us not to be able to advance the way we need to advance and manifest the things that we need to manifest and walk into our powers the way we need to walk into our powers, because we're still holding on to pagan traditions. Why are we still celebrating Passover? When we questioning the very fact of the person called Moses, we done realize that the person called Jesus does not exist, never exist. He was never the sacrificial lamb. And that's it. We need to question things that we, as the chosen people, we have to question everything. We cannot continue to take for granted, because these things was indoctrinated in us, beaten into us, embedded into us when we were in Christianity. We cannot be coming out of Hebrew Israelite and we're still practicing things those ways. We're not questioning. We're not spending time in the presence of the Most High. And it's an indictment against us. And it's an individual thing first and foremost, and then it's a corporate thing. You as an individual got to do a soul search. You cannot just, this leader say, and that next leader say, no. Personal relationship. It was always about a personal relationship first and foremost, and then the corporate. If you don't know who you are personally, anybody would lead us astray in any direction. You have to question everything yourself, even question what I'm saying today. Is she right? What check it out yourself. I may not be, I didn't even have no questions about the Passover. I just wasn't celebrating it. I embraced it, but I wasn't celebrating it. But here comes now the download this morning. Why are my people celebrating Passover? Why are my people still caught up in the pagan traditions of man? That's the question. And I can be honest with you. I am I'm baffled by it also. I was like, huh? I mean, and I know today everybody see today as a high holy Sabbath, or whatever the whole high holy Sabbath is and stuff like that. You understand? It's so much. It's so much. So much. And so what do we do? What do we do? We have to really get into the presence of the Most High. We have to personalize our relationship with Him. We have to really pull back from always wanting to just gravitate to what we come out of Christianity with, because this feels good, this sounds good. We have to question it. We have to. If we truly want to serve and follow the divine creator the way we're supposed to serve and follow him, if we truly want our powers back, we want to be able to walk on water, we want to be able to call fire down, we want to be able to speak to the water, and we want to be able to lay hands on sick and raise the dead. If we really want these powers that we truly had back, we have to question the practices that we continue to practice that came along with us out of Christianity. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because this is what the Most High, the divine creator, expressed inside my spirit, and I had to get up out of my nice relaxing bed to come and do this. And I know some of you are still in your nighttime, but the Most High, the divine creator, wants to know why. Question yourself. Ask yourself, why am I celebrating Passover? Why am I celebrating Passover? Why am I celebrating Feast of the Trumpets? Why am I celebrating, you understand me? Why am I celebrating these things? If we know the Passover as they give it to us didn't happen. Didn't happen. Let me put it like that. I thank you. We had a Bantu migration. That's what we had. We had a Bantu migration. Our people moved from place to place to greener pastures, whereas they can raise their cattle or raise their more fertile grounds and stuff like that. They moved because of war in the area, unrest, civil unrest. They moved around. So this Passover celebration, the cutting of the goat and putting the blood on the posts of the doors and stuff like that, did it really happen? Is there any historic facts to prove that it happened? The Bantu migration, there's historic facts that it happened. Historic facts that the Bantu migration happened. But the Passover, there's no historic facts. I know I see they staged some things up there in the Red Sea or something like that, putting some barrels or whatever. Some things are staged, just how we know they staged the fake Israel, making you have a Jordan River there, make you having all these different things there. They staged some stuff. So we know that Israel is fake. Why are we not believing that the Passover that they've given us, the Exodus that they've given us, is fake, and we're still celebrating it year in and year out, even after coming into the truth of who we are as Bantus? Do we ever ask, what do we celebrate? What did our ancestors celebrate? What did our ancestors do? How did our ancestors worship the Most High, the divine creator? And being here on the continent, I learned that They used to go underneath a particular tree and pray, and prayed there until and when they left from that tree, then said and got the word, then they moved forward. You see? What Bible did our ancestors use all the way back then before JESUS came? What Bible they had? Oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Did they really have the Dead Sea Scrolls? The Ethiopian Bible. The laws of Mayat. You understand? I need us to break free, to really spiritually break free. This is what the divine creator said. He need us to truly free ourselves spiritually from the attachment of this Babylon system in order for us to move the way we need to move and to be able to operate the way we need to operate. I'm just a messenger. And that's it. So I understand a lot of our kings and queens are brothers and sisters. Yes, you get caught up in celebrating the Passover, and that's fine. But the Most High is saying to us now, question it. You don't question everything else. You don't denounce JC. You don't question the fake Israel being the promised land. Now question these celebrations. Question them, their point of origin. Why the shedding of blood? If we look at the quote unquote Adam and Eve story, did Adam and Eve eat roast meat? Yama choma, as we say here in Kenya. They didn't eat roast meat. They didn't even kill animals. They tell us the Most High was the one who take the skin of animal and clothed them. What could, goodness gracious. Could the clothing of them be? I'm just saying, could the clothing of them be, was the skin that we in, this physical flesh? Could it be that there was just spirits roaming? I mean, I don't know. I just asking the question as it coming into my head. You understand? Probably we could have roamed about this place without even touching our feet, touching the ground. And so he had to now put some carbon on us and make us to walk. Maybe we never used to really literally walk on the ground. So let us, family, let us really do a self-check of why we practice the things we do, why we celebrate Passover, why we do all these other things. Who gave in to us? How were they handed down to us? Through who were they handed down to us? Through whom? Through their books that they wrote. They say this happened at this time and that happened at that time and the next thing happened at the next time. Everything that we know was handed to us through the Roman Empire with a book called the Bible. Any of us ever go and sit down with the elders? I mean, I know some of our elders contaminated too. I can be honest with you, because what I learned for the past week, some of our elders sit down with the colonizers and conspire with them. I learned some other things here in Kenya would be very, very much detrimental to me. So I can't even come on live and share it. The truths that I've now found. I understand why sometimes Nabi Jonathan used to say he can't share everything. And it's the truth. Because if we share everything that we now come into publicly, and I remember One of the seers said to me, now the truths that you now know, you're a moving target. So I try to share whatever truths I know privately, but not publicly, because you will see how deep the colonizers infiltrate our ancestors, how deep they went in trying to literally wipe out and eliminate us, our history, our kingdoms, our leaders, how they turn our kings into chiefs. We had chiefs, we had kings. Yeah. And then they take it and start giving us chiefs instead of kings. That's what they did. So we're celebrating Passover, because of Moses leading the people out of Egypt. Most High tell Moses, go in and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. That's what they tell us inside the Bible. We're still holding on to it. But how many of us got that historical fact from an ancestor that is still alive on the earth? How many of us sit in the presence of the Most High and ask Him, did this really happen? Did this truly happen? And wait for an answer. But I got an answer for you today. It didn't happen. Let's stop celebrating so many of the pagan things that they handed down to us, saying it is our tradition, when some of it is not even our tradition, because the Most High, the divine creator, never asked for the shedding of blood. And if we now know that JC never existed and didn't die on a cross for us, he was not our sacrificial lamb who died for the sins of the world, how much more? And that's the biggest thing. The biggest blow was the fact that JC didn't come and die for us. So if you know that, why are you not questioning everything else that we still trying to practice and force on people and condemn people if they don't celebrate, and put people in bondage because they feel bad because they're in the West, they're in the diaspora, and the diaspora time different from, we're in two different worlds. Cause y'all still ain't realize it. The Northern Hemisphere or the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom are two different time zones, two different spheres, two different worlds. Yeah, I said it. But I just needed to come and be a walking obedience and tell you what the Most High said. And that's it. I don't have nothing else to say. But question these holidays and things that they tell us to celebrate. If the Exodus never occurred the way they told us, we had a Bantu migration. But the Exodus, yeah. So that's what the Most High gave me. I had to get up on my Sabbath and share it with you because He commanded me to. And so, any of us who walk in obedience, it doesn't matter. If the Most High tell you to do something, you got to get up and do it because He won't let you rest. And He refused to allow me to lay down another moment and not come and share with you this message, because a lot of you are in the midst of your Passover celebration. You understand? And you're still not questioning, why are we still celebrating Passover if the Exodus didn't occur the way they taught us? Why are you not questioning so many other things? You're questioning the map, you're questioning the earth, you understand? But you're not questioning these festivals, these feasts. Tatan Zambi. Hey, oh. Oh, hey, oh. Your people. We are always carried away by the traditions of man. Rome did a very awesome job in bewitching us, um, in teaching us and enslaving us spiritually and mentally. But I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, kings and queens, please take note. Question why, when, if these things truly occur, how did they happen? What is the real Passover? If there was ever a Passover, was there? Was there really a Passover? Or was there just a Bantu migration? We move from north to south, from west to east. We moved. Greener pastures to feed our cattle, for farmland. And then some places we just stayed and we settled and we mixed and we mingled with the people that we met in the land. Yes, people were met in the land. I just learned the Agakuyus were not the original inhabitants of Mount Kenya. There was another set of tribe that were real mystical people that were living in Mount Kenya long before the Agakuyus came. Yeah, I'm telling you, family, there's more to us than what we've only just scratched the surface. We've not even gone deep into who we are. We've not even gone deep. And that's why we have to get away from so many of the pagan practice, but it's hard. Detoxifying yourself, going on a detoxification is hard. But if it's necessary, it's necessary. To detoxify yourself is hard because you don't like the bitter taste of the bitter herbs that you would have to eat, the bitter truths that we would have to come into. And I know some people go, who she thinks she is to this. Listen, I'm just a nobody. I know that. I refuse to say that. I ain't no nobody. I'm a vessel. I came into this earth realm to do a work, to wake up the people, to sound the alarm, to bring truth whenever the divine creator give it to me. I'm an oracle. That's it. And I will not come before you without a message from the Most High just to come and say something. No. This channel is not supported by PayPal and Patreon and all them different things. This channel is supported by the divine creator. That's it. This is committed to him. That's probably why you understand. Only a few will be able to come in and hear and listen. Because why? This ain't for itchy ears. This ain't for popularity. This is just to give whatever the divine creator give me. And that's it. And if you go back to my old videos, you can see my transition. How I transitioned out of Christianity and stuff like that. I didn't take none of them down. They're all there. All my whole history of my journey of preaching and teaching this word. That's what this is all about. Because at the end of the day, if people decide that they ain't gonna give you nothing in Patreon or they ain't gonna give you nothing in PayPal, or all those different things, are you still gonna continue to work? Do you understand? Because sometimes people only do what they do because the money is good. But there's no money in this for me. The kind of warfare that I have been suffering, the fight with my skin, the fight with my health, for the new revelation that I've been given, new powers that the Most High has released unto me. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Do I want to come and share something and say something? Yes, I do. But the Most High said, you don't go and say a word unless I give you a word. Don't just go research. What you said it? Not because I give you something to research or download means you must go share it with the world. Some things I've given you to internalize and question and dig. And when I release you to say something, then you will go and say something. And that's it. And so today, on this Sabbath, he said to tell me, ask my people a question. Why are you celebrating? Why are you celebrating Passover? Why? Why? If we truly understand and know that it did not happen, it did not occur, it was a Bantu migration, it was not a Passover. If we truly understand the kind of kingdoms that was here on this continent, if we understand and we know that the fake Israel does not exist, if we know all these things, but yet still we still practicing a lot of these pagan things that they give to us. If I tell you some things, I wait till I go to the landmark first, and then I'll share it with you. After I make my journey, then I'll come back and share with you. Do you remember I went to the Lake Victoria? Lake Victoria, the Most High said, could this be the Jordan River? I mean, the, what do you call it? Sea of Galilee. We know that Mount Kenya is Mount Zion. I went to the source of the Nile. I also went to a place here called the Congo River or River Congo here in Kenya, where the Muslims used to use it as their slave trade. They used to come inland through that river, hmm and steal our people and take it back out. The Arabs used to use that river, go deep inland, steal the people, and then go take them back out to sea and take them up wherever they need to take them. This is a place here. This. All I know is we must question everything that these people give us in that Bible. We keep on saying, and I hear, and we say it, the Bible is our story. But how much of it truly is our story? Hmm? How much of it is really our story? We have to remember these people lie. They're the lion pen of the scribes. That's why they name it scriptures. Why? Because it's scripts that was written. Just like how actors and actresses have scripts to memorize, to go on, perform. You know? Come on. Come on. Let's truly wake up. Let's truly wake up. Let's truly wake up. Let's unlearn. I did a video the other day. Let's unlearn the ways of the heathens. Let's unlearn the ways that the Roman Empire gave us. Let us relearn our history, the ways of our ancestors. And let us continue to learn how to come together and work together in this going forward. Unlearn, relearn, and learn. We have to. Because in order for the kingdom that is within us to manifest, we have to unlearn the suppression that they taught us, the kind of mentality they indoctrinated us in. We have to. We have to, family. Until we could literally sever, like how they like to, when a child is born, you separate that child from that sac, and then you cut the umbilical cord, so now that the child can adapt to the new world, because the child was first in the spirit realm, then it came into the water kingdom, into a mother's stomach, and lived there for 9 months or 10 months or however long it lived inside there, and then had to separate itself from there and come into this world here. And so this is what's happening with us. We're in a transition mode, transitioning out of the world that they put us in, back into the kingdom. So now we're trying our best to navigate ourselves through their system to get into the system of the Most High, the divine creator, which is the original system that we're supposed to be in. And so it is a process, it's a journey. It's a journey, but we must, like I was talking about the detoxifying earlier, we must detoxify ourselves from their system, their rituals, their rudiments. And their rituals is to keep us in bondage, and we even in realizing it. We're practicing their rituals freely, willingly, because it's been so indoctrinated inside of us. So, family, I love each and every one of you, as I will always say, and you know, I love you from the utmost parts of my heart, my being, not even just in my heart, my being. And I love you to the point where I will continue to walk in obedience to the Most High when He gives me a message to give to you, to give to us, because I'm partaker in it too. And so I trust that we would walk in our divine healing. We will walk in our divine powers. We will walk in our divine liberation and emancipation. We will truly stop just looking to man for the answers and look to the Most High. Look to the Most High. Yes, there's always messengers among us, but every time the messenger come, they must come. An oracle comes. They must come pointing us to the divine creator. They must come pointing us to liberate ourselves, to be thinkers, to have a relationship with the divine creator. Nobody should make us to feel like we're obligated to worship them, be beholden to them, unless you're personally assigned as a destiny helper to that person. You understand? But come, be liberated, be set free, be made whole. Yeah. And so that's my message to you this morning. My message that the Most High gave me was to ask you the question, why? Why are we still celebrating Passover when we know the truth? Love you, family. May the Most High continue to make His face to shine upon us, lift up His countenance unto us, and be gracious unto us, and grant us peace. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu. Kimbo, Natin and Zambi, Yamazulu. Benabetus. Matando Masaka. Matando Masaka. Asante Sana. Continue to walk in divine favor. Continue to walk with the divine creator and allow Him to speak to you. Spend time with Him. Spend time. Don't be afraid to be in silence. Don't be afraid to have quiet moments when there's nobody else around. Don't be afraid to go sit in the sun. Don't be afraid to sit outside with your feet barefooted, with your feet in the ground. Don't be afraid to look into the heavens and to look at the clouds and give thanks. Don't be afraid, family, because it is who you are. If you are one with the Creator, you are one with the creation. And the creation acknowledge you, and so you need to now acknowledge the creation and watch the great and mighty things that will happen and transpire in your life as you move forward and do the things of the Most High. Yes, time to reevaluate the way we think and the things we celebrate. Time to question it, I should say. Reevaluate it, question it. Don't be afraid to question anything and anyone and their messages that they bring to you. Question what I'm saying to you right now. Ask the divine creator. Ask Him, what is she saying? Stop celebrating Passover? Is that what He's telling us? If he asks us the question, why are you celebrating it? What's your reason for celebrating it? Because of the Exodus with Moses. That's where the Passover came from. We know that JC is not the sacrificial lamb. So why are we still celebrating Passover? Anyway, I love y'all once again. Enjoy the rest of your samba. Much love, family.